You enter this in your calculator, maybe that step I will walk you through one more time. Make sure plot 1 is turned off, okay? Clear everything. If you didn't do this, this is your chance to quickly type everything in. Remember, if it's x cubed, why is it so weird? Pixelated. It's like a bad version of Minecraft. There you go. So you got to make sure you got to bring it back down, okay, the cursor. Otherwise, you're not going to see it. So there you go. What do we know without graphing? That's always in my, like, I would love for you to do that mental exercise before you graph. Some of you just like, I'm just going to type it in, let's see what happens, right? This is a cubic, so the degree is 3. The leading coefficient is positive. So knowing that this is a cubic, I don't know if it's going to have a bend or not. I'm assuming it will have, right? But it should do something like this in the long run. So which quadrants are we going? We're going from quadrant 3 to quadrant 1, no matter what. It could be doing something like this, watch. It could be that sometimes a cubic kind of sits sideways like that, it doesn't matter. So that's what we're expecting, and our y-intercept is also there. So our y-intercept is 0, 24, 15, just by looking at it. So all of this information readily available to you. Okay, so I'm going to hit graph now. And it's not a very good graph for me. I'm going to try zoom 6. Oh, it looks like a straight line. Not very good. I know better than that. I'm going to try zoom fit. Now I'm throwing a fit already. There you go. So you see the one bend, and because there's a bend and it's a cubic, there must be another one, right? It's either 0 bends or 2 bends. So there's no way around that. So I'm going to increase my x max, so now I see more. I'm going to decrease my y min, negative 100. Also my y max, positive 100. I'm just going random here. That's pretty good. I still need to see more towards the left, so I'm going to change the x min to negative 40. There you go. So that is something that you can still see it. It's just weird. That is a graph that I would be like, okay, now I can work with it. I can find everything. So my strategy would be find the local max, find the local min, go find it. Find the 3 x-intercepts, and find the y-intercept. That is, right now it's not a word problem, right? If this had been a word problem, then we would most likely not worry about what's to the left. We would just worry about this section right here. Okay, so, but for us, we include everything. So, I'm just going to show you what I've got here on my key, and you just mark it. For the x-intercepts, I found these 3 x-intercepts here. I don't care in which order you have them in. We'll just give you half a mark for each one of them today. And check that. The y-intercept, you're going to get half a mark for it. You either use your calculator or you just read it. The local max, I'm going to give you a full mark for that one. For the local, that's one of the local max. That's one of the bends, basically. And then the other bend is a local min. That has coordinates of 1702, negative 80.40. And it's always a good idea to add your keystrokes to this. Okay, so the x, I'm looking at my x-intercepts. I'm spanning from negative 15 to positive 30, more or less. That's what I'm spanning in the on the x-axis. So I went to the grid that I provided, and I basically went by 5s here, and up by 5s as well, so that made it nice and spread out. I probably didn't do the greatest job on my scale for the y-axis, but it worked. I should have probably gone 50, 100, 150 maybe, but it's up to you. I don't care what you picked as long as it's consistent this way and it's consistent this way. So I'll give you 1 mark for labels. That means X and Y has been labeled and the equation is there. So if you missed a label, take off half, okay? Then I'll give you 1 mark for scale. So is your scale appropriate? Is it consistent? And then I'll give you another mark for the shape of this graph. And what we mean by the shape is, are the points where they're supposed to be. So if you have one point that's way off and it distorts the shape of this graph, then you lose a mark for that if you miss it. Okay? So that's that. And in this case, you need to have arrowheads because it's going to infinity. Some of you probably read is that domain thing still on there? Is this on there? Thought I got rid of it. No, it's still on there. So technically, if you stopped at -20 and you went to +30, like if you stopped here somewhere and you went to +30 and you stopped, like you found those limits, you get full marks. I'm not going to take any marks off because you read the question. Good for you, okay? So this is not out of 4. This is out of 3. So what are we at then? 2, 3, 4, and another 3 is 7. So this AC is worth 7 marks. Change the top, which says out of 8, change that to out of 7 for this particular AC. And that's it for the cubic graph. You did it. Way to go.